Okay, here we go. Ex-member of Black Militia group, the Brotherhood, is kicked out of Texas school board meeting after threatening anti-critical race theory parents by saying he got 1,000 soldiers ready to go, locked and loaded. Yep. A former member of the Black Militia group was removed by police from a tense school board meeting after he said he had over 1,000 soldiers ready to go who were locked and loaded in support of critical race theory, leaving anti-critical race theory parents feeling threatened and scared. The incident took place during a board meeting held by the Fort Worth Independent School District on November 9th. The meeting was devoted in part to the teaching of critical race theory, which was opposed by some of the parents. During the meeting, a man identified as Malik Austin got up and spoke for a minute defending teaching critical race theory. Austin, an African-American who was part of the Brotherhood movement, a Second Amendment group, said, "For those who got an issue with this critical race theory equity, this is something I fight for my children." Excuse me. How dare you come out here and talk about the things that my daddy and my grandparents went through, the lynching, the oppression, the Jim Crow, and my kids are still being affected by this. School board meetings nationwide have become a flashpoint of controversy over teaching of the critical race theory, which critics say may make children feel guilty for being white. Supporters of critical race theory claim that it is vital to center the experiences of Black people and other minorities in educational curricula, which until now has been taught predominantly through the prism of white Americans. Let's see what we could see right here. Let's see if I could watch this video right here. Here we go. All right.
I've got over 1,000 soldiers ready to go. We're not the board. Well, 1,000 go. Time. Just the board. Yeah, I'm gonna bring my soldiers with me next time.
I'll watch that again. See if we can watch that again. Let's see. All right, it's not going. Okay. My thing is this. You could teach critical race theory, but you have to have the mindset that you're not going to be making white kids feel bad for being white, for sins that they had nothing to do with, that they didn't commit. Okay? That's something that has to be understood. You cannot be making people who had nothing to do with the oppression of Blacks feel guilty for something they had no part in, they had no control in. Okay? I'm all for teaching about what happened to Blacks. Okay? But if you're going to go in there with the mindset to make whites feel bad for being white and to make them and to attack them, then you're no better than the KKK. All right? Because blacks can be racist too. Blacks can be racist too. I don't care about any BS, what any woke nonsense that you have been brainwashed with. Blacks can be racist. Chinese can be racist, not just white people. Indians can be racist. Look up what they do to blacks in their country. They can be extremely racist. Racist. Okay? Native Americans can be racist towards blacks. All right? That's what has to be understood. I have no problem teaching about what happened to blacks during slavery and what they were facing coming up, especially joining the military. But let's just understand that if you're going to teach that, teach the whole truth. Teach also you had blacks that were helping racist whites, okay, oppress blacks, okay, by certain groups like the Boule, which is a black version of Skull and Bones to keep the black community down. Let's talk about that. All right. But like I said, you could teach this, but with no political slant whatsoever. Not from the right, not from the left. Teach the history, but understand history is meant for our learning and not to make the same mistakes. And to not make kids who have nothing to do with slavery. It's not about making them feel bad. That's it. Austin added, "We are not our ancestors. I got over 1,000 soldiers ready to go." Some of the parents in the audience urged Austin to address the school board members and not them, to which he replied, "My First Amendment rights." This guy sounds really unhinged. That's what I get from the way he's acting. One parent in attendance, Holly Clemens, told Fox News that she offered to take Austin aside and have a one-on-one conversation with him. Austin is then said to have replied, "You're not intelligent. You're not intelligent." What? His 1 minute time limit had expired, prompting officers to come and escort him out of the room. As he left, Austin shouted, "I'll bring my soldiers with me next time, locked and loaded." Clemens then responded by asking, "Did you just threaten me?" Austin is then heard repeating, he said, "Locked and loaded." In an exchange with the DailyMail.com, Austin said that parents who felt threatened were ignorant and that he was simply exercising his First Amendment rights. Sorry, but there was no need to say that. There was no need to say I have 1,000 soldiers ready to go, locked and loaded. You're basically threatening them with war. These same parents have inflammatory things to say towards people of Africa. is completely crazy. All right. He's lost his mind.